Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I do appreciate that, and as always, I appreciate you. So, what I have here says heavy rain wreaks havoc across Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I mean, here you can see just how bad the flooding has gotten along with this heavy rain. I mean, cars are almost completely covered in some areas. It goes on to say that heavy rain is wreaking havoc across Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, November 21st, 2017, straining drivers on flooded roads and delaying school classes until Thursday. The Center for Crisis and Disasters in Makkah region closed a number of roads in Jeddah on Tuesday due to heavy thunderstorms accompanied by active winds that limited vision, Gulf News reported. It says that the National Center for Security Operations at the Ministry of the Interior received 10,902 calls by 911 operations in Makkah from the beginning of the rain until noon on Tuesday. The center said that the most of the calls were to inquire about the roads and streets that could be used for traffic, and added that the civil defense dealt with 241 rescue cases. So let's take a look here at this video real quick. Just want to make sure the volume is off. We don't need okay. We don't need the volume here. But you can just see how bad a lot of this flooding is. I mean, in some areas, almost covering cars. I mean, look at that. Some cars are, and you still see traffic in the distance. So I'm just, look at this. Like, I don't understand when these roads get this bad, why people choose to continue trying to drive through this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, let's just be honest, it's not very smart. Okay, it's just not. You're asking to lose your life almost. I mean, that's what you're truly risking. But you can see how bad it is in some areas. I mean, some cars are almost completely covered up. Now here's some more pictures here. You can kind of see, here's the picture at top where most of these cars are covered up, and here's like at least knee high in other areas, a complete overpasses or whatever filled in with water. I guess that would be more of a, but it goes on to say that several flights were delayed this morning. Saudi airline passengers said passengers were told to contact airline companies for more information. The education district in Jeddah and Makkah shut schools and colleges ahead of the storm, saying they won't reopen until at least Thursday, November 23rd. It goes on to say that the Directorate of Civil Defense warned residents to strictly avoid going down to the valley or approaching flood waters, move away from places that are usually flooded, and avoid going near wadis and river banks. Now, as you could see in the last video, people just don't listen to these warnings. Then they continue to try and drive through these flooded areas, and then they wonder why there's loss of life and the need to rescue over 200 some people, I believe it said. Not only you're putting your lives in danger, you're putting the first responders in danger, the people that got to come and rescue you because you were acting like an idiot. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not trying to be rude, or mean, but that's just what it is. It's not very smart to drive through floodwaters, no matter how deep they are. I mean, time and time again, people lose their lives, and yet people still don't learn. I can get if it just sneaks up on you, but I mean, look at this. I mean, yes, it's not very deep here, so it's, but you can just see how how this heavy rain just kept adding up and adding up. And look at this car. See what I'm talking about? Right there, specifically, the car just kept driving into the floodwaters as his car was going underneath. I mean, it's just not very smart. This is what happens when you're not very smart. Let's just be honest. This right here, and then you got to put the lives of those first responders in danger because you're just not a very smart person. I mean, look at them. Continuing to try and drive through this. See what I'm saying? I mean, it just blows my mind. Like, I really am not trying to be rude. But at some point, you got to think to yourself and say to yourself, either find a way around, or you know, it blows my mind. But I do apologize for that little rant there. But as you continue watching this video, you can just see how heavy the rain was. It also said it was accompanied with some pretty decently heavy winds at times as well. But it goes on to say the state meteorologist warned heavy rain in parts accompanied by sandstorms as well are expected until Thursday. Excuse me. It said rain will continue in Jeddah while heavy rain is expected in Makkah and Taif. The Saudi General Authority of Meteorology and Environmental Protection said. It said in 2009, dozens of people were killed or went missing in Jeddah in the worst floods to hit the city in almost 3 decades. It says across the country, at least 123 people were killed. Now let's take a look. Now this is from 2009, but we'll go ahead and take a brief look at this video as well. I mean, look at this. See, this is just how powerful these flash floods can get, and that's what people don't understand. Even if the water's not very deep, people underestimate just how powerful water and water currents and water weight is. I mean, water is literally a very, very destructive force, and it could be knee high and still take you under and drown you. I mean, that's just the truth. You know, when you're in a flash flood like this, you know, that's why it's just never safe or smart to be driving through floodwaters. I mean, it blows my mind, though, how many people believe that an attempt to actually do so. But as you can see here, this was from 2009. No, this one's from 2017. Now, my bad. I apologize for that. So this was the current situation. Now, what we saw briefly before was from 2009. You can see a lot of the similarities. These flash floods here and this flooding here doesn't seem as powerful as far as the movement of the water goes, but it's still at the same time a very devastating situation for them. Now we have an update here now. It says 2 people have died from electrocution and 3 are injured but stable, authorities said Wednesday. Said civil defense said 461 people were rescued and 10 buildings ordered to evacuate. Further flood warnings were issued as rain is expected to continue today. So this is far from over. So if any more updates come in, I'll get those out to you guys here. As you can see some more pictures here, just how powerful these flash floods are in some areas as well. As you can see, just hitting up against the Jeep there. Now here's some more people here being rescued. In some cars almost completely covered up from the flood waters. But yeah, that's going to be about it. As I said, as further updates come in, I'm sure there will be some, because they are expecting more rain throughout today. But if they come in, I'll definitely make a video and get that out to you guys for sure. But thanks for supporting the channel and watching these videos. You know, we're growing every day, and that's because of you, and I appreciate every single one of you very much for that. But other than that, be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. And be sure to turn on that bell notification as well if you like to get my videos as soon as they're uploaded. But have a great day. Peace.